Hey there people of the internet, this is Ristridi with a new video for you. And today I'm gonna review a device that's probably gonna solve all your needs if you're in need of a MIDI controller. What device am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this device here. It's the AIRSTEP Smart Multi-Controller by Xsonic Audio. So what's this device all about? Well, basically it's a MIDI controller which you can use via USB, Midi or even Midi, which is a wireless type of MIDI transfer over Bluetooth. You can configure it with your smartphone, and it even has a battery inside which has up to 300 hours of battery usage. It's got 5 different switches on the front, a 9-volt in on the back, expression pedal ins, MIDI ins and outs, foot switch outs, and this little antenna right here, which is for the wireless functionality. It sells for around 280 euros and is available on your usual portals like Thomann or Amazon. So first of all, let me tell you, I really like this device. It's got a great build quality. It's a metal casing all the way around. You can basically send whatever MIDI messages you like with this device and configure it all with your smartphone. And I think that's pretty cool. It's like 8 MIDI messages per 1 button press maximum. So you can do whatever you like with this. So how does this device work? Well, you configure it with your smartphone and I'll show you how. So there's an AIRSTEP app on your App Store for iOS and Android smartphones to download. So basically you first find your AIRSTEP in your Bluetooth list, you connect it with your phone, enter the app, and now you can configure your device. You have lots of different presets on there, even for programs like Reaper or the Acrobat Reader, which is kind of funny in my opinion, but hey, it's on there and you can use it for that. However, I've encountered problems with the wireless MIDI functionality, and sadly the support was not of much help, but I'm gonna show you how I fixed it, and it's actually a pretty stupid and simple fix. So no reason to complain here. Then this little thing here comes into play. It's a Midi check by a company called CME, which is about I think 40 or 50 euros extra. And I'm gonna now connect this to my camper amp and show you how this works. So first we plug in the output of the Midi check into the input of the camper profiler and vice versa. Then you go into your AIRSTEP app and choose the KPA preset. KPA stands for Camper Profiling Amplifier. Now you will notice that it doesn't work yet. And why is that? Well, because the preset doesn't work properly yet. You will have to change the output interface to BLE MIDI out for all the messages you want to send. And now you can see there are no cables whatsoever connected to the AIRSTEP, and I can change my presets wirelessly. So let's continue with the pros and cons list. What do I like about this device? Well, first of all, I think it's got a really great build quality. It's got a great battery life. Like I said, about 300 hours of usage with 1 battery charge. It's wireless, so it's super portable. It's not heavy at all. It's got a USB connection which has MIDI functionality, and of course the wireless functionality of Midi with the Midi check is awesome. So you don't have to have any cables around you at stage at all. It has many presets and a huge options list, and I think that it's actually a good device for use on stage with hardware amps, because it has actually sticky stands, which means if you use it as a foot switch it won't be slippery, which is very important on stage. And I think it's great for professional use actually, because it has so many possibilities. Well, let's go over to the cons list. It has a huge optionality, which means that in the beginning this can feel a bit overwhelming. Especially if you're a beginner, I wouldn't actually recommend this device. You should know about Midi and how Midi works, and how pedal boards work, so that's also a con for me. Also, the Midi check functionality didn't work out of the box, which is something that I first had to figure out myself, but well, I just showed you how it works, so I hope you won't have the same problem if you buy this device. And also it's got a high price point, like I said, 280 euros, which is not a big price point if you want to use it as a professional, but well, as a private user it makes everything you want it to, but it's also not very cheap. My conclusion is this is a great device if you want to have something to control your hardware as well as your software with. If you're a professional or an advanced user who knows some stuff about MIDI and how all of this works together, this device is definitely something that is great for you. I would suggest Xsonic to readjust their presets so that actually the WD check functionality works out of the box. They would have to update the AIRSTEP app for that, I think. Besides that, I think that the promise of Xsonic holds true. This might actually be the only MIDI or multi-controller you ever need, because actually you can also use this as a keyboard, which means that any shortcuts you want to put on any of these buttons will work with your PC. You can do anything MIDI related, and you can do even more than that with shortcuts. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I could help you in your decision making if you are planning to buy a MIDI controller. This device may actually be the one that solves any problem you might have. So, I hope to see you in the next video. See ya. Bye bye.